Yo guys, what's going on? It's Ranger W here, back with my SPL recap series. And today we'll be recapping the first season of this great league. We finished it. We've made it through the season. It's been quite a while since this has happened. As you know, leagues tend to die week 3 and 4, thanks to Jay. But no, not this time. So I'm here with my good friend Beal. What's going on, Beal?
Hey everybody, go get your Ranger bathwater.
Yes, it'll now be on sale, 39.95 for 6 ounces. Links will be in the description. Well, if you guys really check down there, I'm gonna be shocked. All right, so we're here. You see on your screen, we have our top 10 members for this season, and we're basically just gonna talk and see where we think each one of these should be and shouldn't be, how the seasons went, what potentially could have happened. We're just gonna go from there. So at number 10, Libo is at number 10. Is there any surprise there, Leo?
I mean,
Or
since
top?
I'm new to like this whole group of people, I really had no idea how anyone was gonna play.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, but Libo is a pretty good player from past experience. Just wasn't very good this season. And then Ty wasn't very good either. I mean, he lost one and then forfeited, but that's besides the point. I know Ty will watch this just because we put his name in it. That's why I mentioned him in there, to be honest. But yeah, his team was just not the best in my opinion. His fastest member of his team was Rapidash, so making it one of the slowest teams, barring Matrix's team from the beginning of the season. If Rapidash is your fastest Pokemon, you're not gonna win too many games. That's just how I feel. I don't know, just sometimes this team it just didn't work together. I mean, oh, Gardevoir, Celesteela sounds good on paper, just didn't work on the field.
I mean, those first couple weeks, high jump kick kind of.
Oh yeah, let's just put a high jump kick montage or something, like just of every time of his whole team getting high jump kicked. That would actually be kind of funny. Yeah. Yeah. So he's been number 10 for I think since week 1. If you go back to the video, maybe it was number 9, but yeah, he's kind of stayed consistently at the bottom. Burn. Okay. So number 9 we have Dirtmon, a potential playoff contender this season. What do you think about Dirtmon this season and him potentially making playoffs coming down to his week 9 battle against myself? Pio?
Um, I mean, I don't. There's not much to say about Derp. I don't remember too many like battles that he, either dominated in or even if he lost, he came extremely close and it was like a really tight battle. Like it was either just in a cut by win or just a crucial dominated, just got destroyed kind of loss. So there wasn't too much memorable going on his playstyle. I don't think his prep had anything that had too flashy. So it's kind of where I ranked him.
Yeah, I kind of think. I mean, a few of his matches were really close. Like he had a one-up loss to Schmeb. He barely lost to something. I know even in my match it was relatively close. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Like he just never had that flat. He never had that moment where we like, wow, I don't want to play Dirt Bonds this next week. Like there was never that moment this season with him. Whereas some of these other teams kind of had that moment throughout their seasons. But a great season to you, Dirk. I think he played really well, and next season I think it'll be yours for sure. So at number 8 we have a discrepancy between each other. We have Matrix. You have Matrix at 8, a little lower than I do. Yeah, Matrix is a little higher at 6 as you can see, but I have Jay at 8 just because it was just such a disappointing season for me because I've known Jay for a while. I know he is not number 8 in a group of 10. He is definitely in the top 6, top 5. But I mean, like in terms of the final standings, like, in my opinion, he should be 8 because just because of how disappointing his season was. He had a really good team and he just made terrible transactions throughout the season. That was just I don't really remember him right now, but off the top of my head, he picked up Star,
He,
a few other just
I remember originally Jay had Blacephalon, which I was afraid of like weeks before. I was looking at everyone's team and I was just like, I don't want to face that Blacephalon. I don't like it. But then when it came to our match, he had dropped Blacephalon for a couple other mons, and his team just lost a lot of momentum.
these are the these
So
are
like pressure.
these are the transactions he dropped. He dropped Mega Blast. Mega Blastoise, really good spinner, bulky ass mon. Dragonite and Klefki. Those mons had most of his kills from the first few weeks of the season, and then for some reason he just completely did a 360 and just changed his team. Army, Mega Garchomp. He had a Mega Garchomp with no sand, or like no sand setter, excuse me, and Fortress. It was just it was not a very good team in my opinion. Like via his transactions.
I don't know. I put Matrix at number 8 because I don't know Jay, so like again, new to this league, don't know too many people's history, but off what I saw with Matrix, that first half of the season was just not good. He took that Trick Room team and then he just dropped it for Mega Glade, which is a scary mon. But yeah, he didn't have a good first half of the season. Towards the end, though, you know, he started getting help. I heard he opened that front office. Dude, whoever his builder is, oh my God, that guy is amazing. But but Matrix definitely turned it around in the last couple games. I don't know if you are ever going to show that replay or if anyone's ever going to see that replay, but Matrix's last game versus Jay, oh my God, it was something to watch. You should have been recording me in the call because I was screaming. I was like, I want to ghost him so bad, but I can't. I was like, this is like, I can't just call him and tell him what to do. That agility play at the end, like he made a play that even I didn't have the balls to make, and he ended up winning because of it. Like his play style was there, his team was there towards the end. It's just he needed a little bit of help, a little bit of push. If he got that sooner, I would have ranked him so much higher. He probably would have made playoffs.
Oh, that would have been scary shit, dude. So looking at number 7, we have something both ranked at 7. This is kind of disappointing to see the Chicago Blazekins, obviously drafted by Coach Mudbud, just come down this low. Potentially, in my opinion, being the worst playoff team in the playoffs this season. I don't know, it's just something about something. There's just something about it just isn't clicking with me. His team is okay. It has a little bit of sand going on there. It's just not very fast. It doesn't get the sandwich outlet, or it has to rely on Scarfers. Doesn't have the best priority outside of Scizor and maybe even Cookelder. But yeah, I just not very happy with the transactions he made. I think Mud's team was better than him. He probably should have
I mean,
made some. I know he has to make it himself. Like he has to make the team to fit himself. But like, I feel like if you would have kept Mud's just core with like Mienshao and just I think crazy stuff could have happened and it would have been a lot better. But that's just my thoughts on it. And he hasn't won too much games. I think he beat me because of a freeze from Articuno. But yeah, I mean that's just you can't do anything about that. But yeah, I just put him at number 7 because I think he is, to be honest, in my opinion, the worst playoff team. Like not coach, but worst playoff team in the playoffs. But also because I think Mud would have had a much high, like Mud would have probably been in the top 3. But that's just how I
Mud
think about it.
Mud definitely would have been top 2 if anybody saw that team that he drafted. If you guys want to check the video back when we first did the analysis on the draft, my only comment was no one can break this. You had a Mega Latios, you had a Heatran, and you had a Tapu Bulu. There was no way you were getting through all 3 of those mons at once. And I understand, change the team for like, you and something just drafts Sand. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Those 3 alone were just good. You could have just kept those on the team, added something else to it. But yeah, his play definitely dropped off. I personally haven't played something. I played Mud just before he quit. And then, yeah, that team was ferocious. Mud's playstyle was ferocious. I don't know how many wins he got before the team got handed over. But something's gonna be that Cinderella story. He has to put a lot on the board. He's gonna have to put a lot to win to get 2 finals, because he has to go through Twig and then he has to go through Smeb, which is we'll get to him later.
At number 6 we have Matrix and Jay. As we mentioned them before, at number 8 we had them both flip flop. But yeah, I had Matrix a little higher because I think his play was a lot better at the end. Obviously he won week 9, Jay lost. They played week 9 actually, and Matrix was able to come through with that match. Jay had to play really good. He had to get a 4-0 win in order to make playoffs. It just didn't seem like he was able to do it, and that's why I have Matrix up this way.
I mean, Jay was definitely in a position to make playoffs. It was a hard position to make playoffs, but he still had a shot. I liked his team when he had, the Blacephalon and the Mega Blastoise, and then he changed it to
Starmie.
Yeah, well, he changed it to Starmie. But what I really liked was that he kept the Coco, the Raichu, and the Halucha, which you know, prepping for him in my game, prepping for him helping Matrix in his front office. Prepping for those three alone is just difficult, but he had the tools to do it, and then he just fell a little bit short. It was a 4-0 win he was supposed to have. He almost got it too, but since the circumstances fell, he ended up losing that game. Like, again, go watch that battle between Matrix and Jay.
It was good.
That play should not have been made. That agility play on Thunder should not have been made. But if it wasn't for differential, Jay would have won, like almost hands down.
Oh, absolutely.
But since it was for a 4-0 differential, Matrix knew what he had to do and he took over. But I think Jay had an overall decent season. He definitely could have did better, but you know, live and learn.
Moving on to number 5. Number 5 is a team that I think is a good.
Struggled.
Well, my thing is this. I'm gonna go on a little rant here. So number 5. I'm just gonna call him number 5. He lost 4 matches this season, 5-4. By the way, if you haven't seen, check out all my videos on my channel, RangerW/RockTheHouseFull on YouTube. But yeah, so we started off our season losing to Hero. It was due to a misprep. I don't know if you guys remember. It was a baton pass into a Mega Beedrill, or from a Mega Beedrill into.
Oh yeah, I watched that video the other day.
And
into the Mammoth line, you didn't count that right. And
we lost. Yeah, we lost because I didn't run max speed guard chop. I just ran enough to outspeed like some base mods on his team with the choice scarf. If I run max speed, I would have swept through his team with Earthquake at the end. But that's besides the point. Then
that's the name of the game, man. It's crap. It's Draft League.
Then we lose to Twig on a misplay because I thought the battle was lost. So I just clicked Roost. If I would have clicked Brave Bird and the Slurp Up, we would be sitting with a nice 6-4 or 6-3 record. And then we lose to something, I believe is next. He freezes my Empoleon, and it's just over from there. And then that is just done. And then we get to our one and only loss of the season versus Beeel, where he just outplayed me and outplayed me with Cosmic Power Clef.
Hey, that Clef was heat. Don't dock it.
Alright, but yeah, what do you think about this number 5 team, Beeel? Just your thoughts real quick.
I mean, I think overall, like, your roster is not bad. You have a very, I wouldn't say tough team to break, but you have a team. Yeah, you have a team. That's about it. Like, your play wasn't bad. It was pretty good. It got you in the playoffs. Your prep was pretty good. Wasn't the best. I'm telling you, if you had maybe like 1 or 2 members switched, or if you had 1 or 2 plays that you fixed that prep a little bit, you probably would have been contending with Schmeb, because again, you are the only one to hand Schmeb a loss. Schmeb's week 9 loss was a forfeit on Schmeb's part. We're not counting that. I mean, we're counting that, but I'm not counting that towards my pretty much week 9. I don't know if anybody's ever going to see those, but a lot of those were meme battles, or well, actually one of them was a meme battle, the other one was a forfeit, and like the last 3 came down to positioning. So
well, I mean,
you took the only loss that Schmeb had, and I'll give you that much.
My match versus Derp was a pretty big match of week 9 at least wise, and
you know the other 3 matches were really big, but Schmeb's he forfeited. I'm not counting that, but I am gonna count the fact that he did lose to you, and you had even said you'd lost him like 4 times prior, so that was a big one.
Only my second win versus Schmeb, but yeah, one of the season, and probably the biggest win of my career, plus potentially in this draft league format. So moving on to number 4, I have Beeel at number 4. Beeel has himself at number 3. We'll just knock these out together. We'll just talk about the Beeel Twig debacle. So week 1, in case we aren't aware, Overheat missed a Doug trio. Rumor has it that Doug trio is still dodging.
It's still dodging out there.
But that was such a big Overheat miss. I'd say it cost the match. I don't know if you would, but. Yeah.
I mean, I saw the power rankings that week 1. You know, I still would have had a tough time breaking Mew, but I feel like I wouldn't have been in my head at the end of that game. But anyways, we're not talking about that game anymore. We're talking about the rest of this season. Twig did great. The only reason I have myself higher is I'm a narcissistic asshole. But besides that is I don't know. I know Twig had a really good season for the most part. He never really had anything to worry about. Although I would have, if I didn't decide to joke in that last match, like week 9, because I was already in playoffs, I didn't care about my positioning. So Hero and I both just had a meme team. And if I brought the real team like Schmeb told me to, I probably would be number 2. Actually, I would have been number 1 because Schmeb forfeited his. But that just comes down to just being, it's just a dumb mistake on my part. But Twig definitely had a good season. He had a good team. That prepping for the Doug Trio, the Magneton, the Mega Pinsir, the Mew, the Ferrothorn is so hard. He didn't have to make a single transaction this season. I had to make a few. But I think if I could even us at the same, I would. I'd put us both at 3.5, but we can't. And since you had him one way, I was like, oh, I'll just go the other way to make it look even.
I mean, I feel you. Moving on to number 2, we are going with Hero, one of the top players of this team. He left for a short period of time, but he is back now after cooling his head off, I guess. But he's one of the top battlers in this. No surprise he's number 2, and no surprise Shmeb's number 1. Hero has kind of a weird team in my opinion. I don't think it's the best, but he's been making do with it, and it's just been working out for him this season. I feel like he hasn't been utilizing Zero Aura to its full extent. It should potentially be a kill leader, but I don't think it is. We gotta update the kill chart, but yeah. I'm just saying, he is. I feel like he is underplayed, in my opinion, and his team isn't as good as it really should be. But I mean, he's number 2 for a reason, which I can't really be knocking him too much. I'm just trying to find something. What are your thoughts, Beeel?
I mean, to win a battle, there's 2 ways to do it. You either break through their team, or they just can't break yours. And look at Hero's team. You got a fat Zygarde, a fat Manaphy, fat Seismitoad, fat Latios, fat Steelix, fat Type Null, fat Sylveon. Decidueye can be bulky if it wants. He doesn't need to out-pressure you with attacks, but he does it. But just breaking his team is hard, and I think that's what got him there, was not only his playstyle, but just his prep in general. I saw some of his prep. I prepped against him with Matrix's team. I didn't prep against him with mine, because again, the meme game. But he has a solid team. It's hard to break. And that's just what put him at number 2. He'd probably be at number 1 if it wasn't for... God, I don't even remember what game that loss was, but there was a loss he got that was not good.
I think it might have been a derp.
No, it was to Mud. It was a 1-0 versus Mud. No, wait, no, that was me. Now he lost 3-0 versus Smeb, and then I don't see another loss on his part. Oh, there was a forfeit win he got, and then...
Yeah, because then Mud transitioned out.
Oh, yeah, he did lose to Derp. He lost 4-0.
That was a brutal loss. That was probably a big reason why he's number 2 and not number 1.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, he'd probably be number 1. He did a really good season. I feel like he did a great job, and I can't wait to see him in a couple weeks, him versus me, because I'm gonna beat you next week. But that's all said and done. Anyways, on to Shmeb.
Nice transition. You had to get real quick. All right, number 1 is number Shmeb. Number 1 is Shmeb. Of course, me getting my
Number Shmeb is 1, yeah.
I mean, Shmeb has a great team, dude. He has a few 4-time weaknesses, but they just work out with each other so well. Quagstar is weak to grass, okay? But Whimsicott's weak to poison, okay? But then those two cover each other out. Lando T, weak to ice. Then you got Mega Scizor, resist ice, but it's weak to fire. You got Nihiliko's weak to ground, but then you got Lando T, which resists the ground, and you got Whimsicott, which resists the ground. I could just go on.
Yes, Lando T resists ground. It's not immune. Buzz will resist ground, by the way.
Oh yeah,
but, we let this man pick up 2 Ultra Beasts and a Lando. He's got 1 Nihilego, which you can't hit on the special side. You can, but Earth Power still doesn't KO from some mons. Buzzwole, what you can hit that thing with a bounce, as everyone saw. My Virizion bounced it and it didn't die. That team is so hard to break. I didn't think so many 4 times weak mons would be that good, but you put them all together like that and you couldn't break it, along with the amount of prep he puts in, and just the 3rd level, the 3rd eye fucking, there goes your monetization. Your 3rd eye plays, he's got them, he's looking in his crystal ball, he sees what you're gonna know before you even know.
Yeah, I warned you about that. I said make unconventional plays, which I like to do against Smeb. Make plays that don't.
I mean, I had unconventional prep. That's where I shine. I don't do the unconventional plays. You talk to Matrix. You guys can do those. I can't do those. I mean, I can, but not as good as you guys can.
Oh, just stay in whenever it's an obvious switch out mode. You just he'll predict you to switch. Just stay in no matter what, and just kill whatever's in front of you, kind of thing. But yeah. Shmeb is just
he got the undisputed team, and I'm gonna stop sucking his cock from here. So.
All right, so who's winning this league besides yourself? You got to give one person.
I'm giving it to Shmeb.
All right, I'm gonna give it to.
Shmeb's already got the bye week. Shmeb positioned himself so he doesn't have to play you, and you have to make it through myself and Hero in order to play him. He knows he has a matchup versus Hero. He's fairly confident he could beat me. He knows on his side he has to deal with Twig, who he 6-0'd, and something who, I mean, you know, as we've been calling, is the weakest, the weakest the playoffs.
I mean, Schmidt.
He's got him. He set himself up so well. He was week 6. He was undefeated, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw one game, and I'm gonna probably forfeit another game. I'll position myself because I already have playoffs." Before we even knew he had playoffs, like.
Oh yeah, I agree, man. But I'm gonna go with Hero just to be a little different. I think Hero's unconventional team. I think if he's able to get past his nemesis Schmeb, which they are kind of nemesis or rivals.
I mean, Schmeb's got that matchup, but hey, if Hero can pull it, I'm gonna help him. I'm definitely, if I lose to him or if you lose to Hero, like I'm gonna be in Hero's corner. I'm gonna be helping him prep. I'm gonna get, you know, like as many team builders that I can find to help him prep because it's gonna be a lot.
Hey man, best luck to everybody in playoffs though. Leave it at that.
Except for Ranger.
Screw you. Good luck to you too. So if you comment down in the section below and like this video, if we get 5 likes, we will do a recap of playoffs. Even Beeel will be here.
If you get 10 likes, we're gonna discount the Ranger bathwater.
Yeah, 20. It'll be a whole 5% off. It'll only be what, like.
And if you're a Patreon supporter, I'm just kidding.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Be sure to leave a like and please comment down below. Peace.